Sorry about that. My camera, my alarm went off. Hence why if you my camera shut off. I'll talk for a good like 10 minutes, and I'll continue, and then I'll be starting part two. I was about 19 minutes, and I'll do 10 minutes, talk for 10 minutes, and I'll start part two. Obviously, yeah, you're looking at amazing. Hence why my series will be so missed. Because now me and VJ are movie stars. You see me a badass star in Zanus. You know what I'm saying? You guys all play my. If I make games, you guys are all gonna play my games. Yeah, you see me in the game. Holy shit, it's so cool seeing Ivan in the game. You know what I'm saying? You see me in the Matrix game and the story of the One. You see VJ. You see Michael B. Jordan. You see all those guys in the game. Holy shit, this is cool. It's so cool seeing Ivan in a fucking Matrix game. Yeah, as the One kicking ass. Yeah, it was something amazing. Yeah, man. Ivan, what game do you like better, Path of Neo or Enter the Matrix? Um, Enter the Matrix had felt more like the Matrix than Path of Neo. It had more of that Matrix feel, but in terms of story, Path of Neo was better. But Path of Neo was okay. It wasn't great of a game. It was okay of a game. I'm saying I played the game, I beat it, and I watched the walkthrough on YouTube. Obviously, I thought the game was pretty good. But the ending when he fights Smith, that was terrible, man. Mr. Anderson, that was really really bad. It was really bad. I thought the game was okay. The Path of Neo, but think of a game that blows those games out of the water for the Matrix. It looks like amazing. Yeah. So for the Matrix, I'll release the movies, the merch, and then if I choose to make games, I'll release three games: Matrix One, Matrix Two, Matrix Four, Matrix Five, Matrix Six. Right? Because there'll be Matrix Four, Matrix Five, Matrix Six. It's a sequel. It's a sequel to the originals. Whereas the Resurrections is deleted from the face of the map. It will not be a part. It will no longer be a part of canon. See what I'm saying? All you guys who own a copy of the movie, obviously, all you guys who own a copy of the movie, obviously, you guys can keep your Resurrection movie if you want. Obviously, you can still watch it at home, but it's now deleted from canon. It's no longer a part of canon. You can't buy it anywhere worldwide. I'm gonna have to have Warner Bros. Make those calls, guys. I don't want to do this dirty work. You have to make those calls. Resurrection can no longer be sold anywhere worldwide. You guys have the power. Greenlight it. Resurrection can no longer be sold. Anything to do with anything to do with Resurrections worldwide cannot be. Resurrections cannot be sold worldwide. Can't be sold on YouTube. So all you guys who want to watch it online, all you guys who own a copy of the movie online, obviously, you will no longer be able to watch it on YouTube as it's deleted. Obviously, all you people who want to buy it on Amazon, it will no longer be available on Amazon, Best Buy, Videotron, all these stores, Blockbuster stores. They're not going to be available anywhere for the world to buy. That's what I'm saying. And yeah, obviously. So I'm saying, and if it's, and, you know what I'm saying, and all you people who own Resurrection online on YouTube, obviously, once it's deleted from YouTube, you're no longer be able to watch it. Because the bad thing about online streaming is that you don't really own it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like licensing. Like you own the copy of the movie on YouTube, obviously. But if the company decides to delete the video, you no longer have access to the video. You won't be able to watch it. Hence why physical media is better than online. Because physical media, when you own it, it's actually yours. Whereas online, it's not really yours. It's like a licensing kind of. Like when you pay for it, you're able to watch it, obviously. But if the company chooses to delete that video from that site, you can no longer watch it. You're gonna get errors. That's why online streaming is bad. That's why physical media is where it's at. Because I'm going to be releasing my Matrix trilogy on 4K Blu-ray, a nice 4K Blu-ray. I'm not going to release it. I'm not going to release the movie in a trilogy. No, I'm going to release it one by one. So I filmed for like 3-4 months Matrix One, Matrix Four. The movie gets released, and I filmed Matrix Five a couple years later. I release it a couple years, year by year. So I'm saying a couple years later. So I'm saying. As for my Matrix trilogy, I want each sequel to take place a couple years later, after the first movie. So the second movie takes place like a year later, year and a half later, maybe. Oh, the second movie I can have it take place like 6 months later, whereas the third movie takes place like 5 years later. And I have this beard, and I'm depressed about the loss of my two friends. I'm depressed, and I have an epic battle with Smith in the end. It was an amazing story, yeah. See what I'm saying? Oh no, the second movie I can have it take place like 2 years later. I'm a little older. I'm the one. I'm kicking ass. And I find out later on, Smith found a way to copy himself. So you have some similarities to the original Matrix. Smith found a way to copy himself. And I'll do the same thing whereby like I meet Smith and you get like Smith clones surrounding me like it did Neo and Reloaded. You can do that. Have some Easter eggs in there. But don't copy the originals. Tell your own story, but make sure it's consistent with the Wachowski sisters story. Make sure you honor the story. And I end off the story perfectly, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Neo destroyed Smith, obviously. Neo saved Zion, but he made an error. He made a mistake. He let Smith copy himself onto him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's impossible, inevitable. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The Oracle, the machines, and Neo and the Architect, they underestimate Smith's power. You see what I'm saying? They underestimate Smith's power. They underestimate Smith's power. You see what I'm saying? And that's how Smith is able. Ivan, how does he come back? I don't know exactly how he comes back, but something happens in the Matrix. There's a glitch, and then Smith, the Agent Smith, the virus of Agent Smith takes human form, and he rises back in the Matrix. You see what I'm saying? At the moment the virus Smith comes back in the Matrix, obviously, you see a couple people. You see a couple people in the Matrix, obviously, and they turn into agents. So a glitch happens, something changes, they turn into agents, obviously, and you now have 3 agents again. You have Smith and you have his 2 agents. And that's how the agents are returned. Because when Neo destroyed Smith, obviously, there was no longer any agents. The Matrix is at peace, there's no agents, nothing. And the moment Smith comes back, that's when two more agents appear. You see what I'm saying? Hi, you're creative. Yes, I do. When the glitch happens, there's a glitch in the system, the 2 more agents return. But those agents are not Agent Smith, they're agents. And they return. They return into the agents. They return, obviously. You know what I'm saying? And they go to the police place. People are like, agents. They're all shocked. You know what I'm saying? And Smith is like, I'm back. You know what I'm saying? He takes charge, obviously, something like that. Yeah, you look at an amazing story, yeah, man. Look at an amazing story, yeah, man. An amazing story. The Matrix story is so good, it'll even rival my Zane story, man. That's how good it is. It won't be as good as Zane. Zane's will beat it out, but it'll be rival it, man. You're looking at an amazing story. Before I even talk to the Wachowski sisters, obviously, I'm gonna plan my 3 volumes with Zane with VJ, and VJ will help me. So, okay, VJ, let's print out Matrix first script, second script, third script. Let's study this, and let's take notes for the first movie and some notes for the second. We can take detailed notes for the first movie. We take some small notes for the second, third movie. That way we have an idea for the movie. That way, when I discussed the deal with Warner Bros. And the Wachowski sisters are in the room, me and VJ have our notes. So we can pitch the Wachowski sisters our story. Hey, Ivan, if you want us to be on board, you better what? You better pitch us a good story. And I pitch them the story, and I go through my notes. They're like, holy shit. They're all shocked. Holy shit, Ivan, that sounds like a masterpiece. Yeah. You're looking at a masterpiece, yeah. I made an error. I went online. The Wachowski sisters are worth like $250 million with their combined wealth, obviously. So they're worth like $100 million each. So I can pay them more. I'll give them 0.1% of the profits for the 3 movies. I'm not giving them any more than that. They're only worth $100 million each, $125 each around there. So I can pay them a bit more for their salary. I can pay them more. I can pay them a nice. No, the amount of money I'm paying them salary is good enough. Good enough. I can pay them a nice. Yeah, $3 million. What I'm willing to pay them for their salary is enough. $3 million signing bonus, $15 million salary. That's good enough. And you give them 0.1% of the profits. That's a good deal for them. And then you give them you give them 0.01% of the merch too. That way you give them a good deal. That's what I'm saying. You gotta watch for the budget. You can't overpay all these people. You gotta be careful. Give the Wachowski sisters 0.1% of the profits, which is a good like 50, 60, $70 million in royalties. So you give them a nice deal like that. That way they accept your deal. Alright, if you want us to work on your movie, you're gonna have to pay us a lot. You're gonna have to pay us a lot of money. They're greedy. Okay, fine. I'll give you 0.1%. Is that enough, guys? That's enough. What about 0.2? I'm like, no, guys. You're only worth $100 million. I'm not going to give you 0.2%. 0.1 is enough. It's like $50, $60 million in royalties, guys. You don't make this in Hollywood. And I'll give you My guess is the Wachowski sisters got rich from they got a piece of the profits for the Matrix sales, and hence why they strike it so rich. The Wachowski sisters, some saying. That's why they struck it so rich. They probably got a piece of the sales for the Matrix, three Matrix movies, obviously. That's why they're worth they have a combined worth of $250 million. So they're all worth like $125 million each. Give them 0.1% of profits, and you pay them a nice $15 million base salary and $3 million bonus. That's good enough for them. It's a good deal for them. Because I'm giving you guys a piece of the what? Of the merch profits, I'm gonna lower your bonus and your salary amounts. Because I'm not gonna pay you like $40 million for salary and give you some more. I said no. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you a piece of the merch sales. I'll lower your salary a little bit. The 15 million, that's good enough, and what? And 3 million bonus. In the second movie you pay them 4 million, pay them like 17, 18 million salary. In the third movie you pay them 5 million bonus, you pay them like 20, 21 salary. And you give them their 0.1% for all three movies, which is a good 50, 60, $70 million in royalties. That way, and you give them 0.1% of the merch. That way they work hard for you, some Sarah. If you want to grab the Wachowski sisters and have them work on your movie, you need to offer them a deal of a lifetime. Offer them a lot of money, but don't let them dupe you. And you need to sell them on an amazing story. And I will sell them on the story because my story is an amazing story. You guys they already know. They saw my videos. But once, okay, Ivan, they're gonna be, Ivan, if you want us to do your movie, you gotta come up with a great story, Ivan. You know what I'm saying? If you come up with some shitty story, Ivan, I don't want to commit to fucking 10 years of my life for some shitty story. I'm okay, guys. Here's my idea. I tell them my idea. They're like, holy shit, that sounds like a masterpiece. Holy shit, Ivan, you're creative. You know what I'm saying? You're fucking gifted, Ivan. Holy shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, David Zaslav and the Warner Bros. Execs are going to be shocked too. Holy shit, Ivan, that's your story? I'm like, yeah, and I know. Yeah, by the way, guys, I'm also considering making games. I'm gonna create Matrix. I'm gonna have a development team create a Matrix game with Unreal Engine technology. Unreal Engine technology, the technology we had for the Matrix Awakens. Yeah, technology like that, guys. I'm putting like $400 million towards my Matrix games, guys. Holy shit! I've been looking at an unheard of experience for your games. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Ivan, the Matrix is better off in your hands. Right now, our brand is looking too good. Yeah, your brand is not looking too good right now. Your Matrix Resurrection movie flopped. It was terrible. Your brand value went down, obviously. And your Matrix games were pretty successful, but they weren't massive hits. Your merch is not that great. It's not that big, obviously. The Matrix brand is better off in my hands. If I purchase the rights off the Matrix, my Matrix brand will become even bigger than Star Wars. And Warner Bros. Is not stupid, but they know, yeah, the Matrix is better off in Ivan's hands. Because his movies are going to do tens of billions, his games are going to do tens of billions, his merch are going to do tens of billions. Yes, the Matrix brand's better off in my hands than being in your hands. That's why they're going to accept the deal, obviously. Ivan, $2 million is a good deal. It's a good deal. As I'm not going to give you 2.53 bananas. You rip me off. Shut my camera here.